Hi, I'm Bethany. This video is a submission for the subject DTN4CPB. My group was the parents of children with additional needs from the Moreland City Council area. I collected the following demographic data by talking with the group's facilitator and surveying the members of the group. I found out that all the members were female. They were aged between 30 and 40 years. Each of them had a child with additional needs, especially autism spectrum disorders. The kids were aged between 2 and 5 years. 25% of the parents were born overseas, 50% were in casual employment, and 75% had a tertiary qualification. This is the attendance sheet, but I've blocked out the names for privacy. When we're talking about local food access, the Moreland City Council has found to have a high level of food insecurity. Despite this, after talking to the group facilitator and surveying the parents, it was found that they are not likely to have difficulty accessing food. The children of the participants depend on their parents for their food access. None of the children had allergies, and a few parents said they were interested in the casein-free and gluten-free diet. I assumed that the parents would be most interested in a topic that was related to their children. Literature has shown that fussy eating is very common for children of this age group. 25 to 30% of toddlers and preschoolers are described as fussy eaters, and that children with autism spectrum disorder are 5 times more likely to be fussy eaters than their peers. When it came to doing the needs assessment, I chose 2 different methods. Firstly, I prepared a survey for the group members to fill out. I chose to do a survey because it was quick and easy. I kept the survey short to reduce the burden placed on the participants. Any other information I needed was collected by discussion with the group facilitator, who had multiple discussions with the group about what they might like to learn about. This is a brief summary of the results. It was found that group participants mostly got health information from online sources and in magazines. Some also got information from their GP, nurse or other health professional, and none of them had seen a dietitian or a nutritionist for their child. Nutrition topics of interest were varied, including superfoods, weight loss, healthy lunchboxes, the 5 food groups and serving sizes. The most popular topic, though, was fussy eating. So it was decided that fussy eating would be the most appropriate topic for the group. These are the goals and objectives of the learning session. As the group was made up of adult learners, Knowles' principle of andragogy was used to inform the lesson planning. Knowles assumes that adult learners need to know why they should learn something. They are self-motivated, have personal experience, are ready to learn once they see a reason for it, and their motivation is internal. Based on these principles, I decided that a combination of didactic and participatory education would work best for the group. A lecture is defined as the direct communication from teacher to student. This is supported by the learning theory of cognitivism, which states that learning occurs when information is taken in by the learner, is processed, and leads to certain outcomes. Discussion was also used to encourage participatory learning. Discussion leads to critical thinking, skill development, and problem solving. This is supported by the learning theory of constructivism, which states that learning is a process by which knowledge is built on personal experience and interpretation. Various learning aids were used in the session. A PowerPoint was used to aid the dissemination of information. This is the first slide. A whiteboard was used to brainstorm ideas during the discussion time. I chose to use these visual aids because they have been shown to provide clarity and promote learning. Written resources have been found to aid memory and help process information. The needs and demographics of the group were considered when the resource was developed. The needs of the group informed the content that was going to be presented in the resource. Demographics of the group were used to determine the format of the resource. Plain language was used so that the information was clearly communicated without the use of jargon and technical terms. The resource had a readability score of equivalent to a grade 6 level. Impact of the session was evaluated using pre- and post-evaluation surveys. Participants responded to each statement by ticking one of the boxes from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The results of this evaluation showed that participants had met the objectives. The process of the session was also evaluated. A paper survey was again used, and participants responded to each statement on the same scale as in the impact evaluation. The results of this evaluation showed that the group thought that the session was well run, relevant, and applicable. Certain changes were made after the in-class practice run. For example, the following changes were made to this PowerPoint slide. At first, the 4 key strategies were squished onto 2 slides. Some of the key points were missing and the slides contained no images. After, I separated the 4 key strategies onto 4 different slides. I included key information such as the amount of milk recommended per day and added images for further support to my lecture. Thank you.